What happened last time on EBDB?
Last time on Ebon Ward, Luthien entered the castle of Errol with Jasper disguised as his physician, Dr. Olivier. After speaking with Judge Harsif and Judge Payne, it was revealed that a celebration would be taking place that evening to make a few grand announcements. As the druid duo explored the castle, they bumped into a mysterious and curious Judge Cassiel Tide. Cassiel gave the two a tour of the facility, but made it clear to Olivier to speak with them later. As Olivier explored their lodgings for their stay, they used lay of the land to get an idea of what the layout was like for their surroundings, since it was mostly forest. However, they unintentionally discovered a bizarre offshoot under the castle through the dungeon. Before being able to explore that, Olivier overheard singing and found a princess. Her name is Princess Charity. But this is no ordinary princess, though, as she appeared to be Payne's replacement so she could join the Keepers without question. After denying the young lady's request to go to the event together, Dr. Olivier met the Queen herself. Upon looking over Alora Lancaster with their candleblight eye, they discovered that not only was her body temperature notably hotter than other people, but that she has some sort of disease, and strangely, one that seems familiar, but they couldn't quite place at the time. Not too long after, an Orad man burst into the room and claimed to be the hero of Goliath, Magnus the Calamity. Clearly unhinged, Olivier was pleased to meet with someone far calmer and pleasant in His Holiness Ivan Sharp. He made it clear he disapproved of how the Keepers had operated over the years and was disappointed in Garen's leaving. It had already been a busy day for our little spy when Cassiel Tide approached them once again, requesting their aid. They hoped Olivier could be another pair of eyes for not only the Queen, but deciphering who the real princess is, since they know Charity is not related by blood. They also made it clear that they knew Luthien was a druid, but had no interest in acting on the information. Understanding they might have another ally in this castle, Olivier left to find Luthien to explain the situation.
Oh, mercy me!
Mercy me. We'll do that. So, I will ping. I'll ping one more time just to make sure. So, Luthien, or not Luthien,
that's me,
Olivier,
I'm Lucy now.
You've just finished speaking with Cassiel Tide, and you seem to have an interest in meeting with Luthien. Okay.
If that's the case, then Dr. Olivier will go up to the second floor where they said that they would meet.
Okay. I can just teleport you there. That's easy enough. So, one moment. Beep, beep, beep,
yeah, Jasper just kind of walked out of that little clandestine meeting like, but also like, rubbing hands together.
Here, what I will do then is do, and then I'll plop you there. Moving to another map.
And then, of course, there is the deepest layer of it all, behind the cackling and behind the humming and hawing. There is the, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
As you approach the door, you hear the clanking of billiard balls.
Oh, buddy, who roped you into this? Gonna do a little and creak on in.
Yep, come on in. You see Luthien, he's playing by himself.
Oh, buddy.
You know, I thought I might give this another try. I'm positively terrible at it, and Catherine really enjoys it, so I figured that maybe if I got a little better, we could actually have a real competition.
She does seem the type to be pretty good at this sort of thing. I'm trying to think and remember. Has Jasper actually played billiards while any of the others have?
I don't believe so.
Huh.
Would you like to roll for billiards?
Sure. What would this be?
I think before we did either dex or strength, because either could be used.
Okay, let's see.
Because dex is for like accuracy, and strength is like monkey ball. I hit it as hard as I can and get one in.
That's wrong. One. Okay, all right. Dr. Olivier, having never actually played this game and just saw other people doing it, doesn't actually ask what the rules are or anything like that, and just kind of picks up the stick and tries to mimic.
Yeah, you're actually pretty good. You get the hang of it right quick. It takes you a little bit to figure out like how to like hold the cue stick. But it's not too long after that, yeah, you're sinking them in pretty consistently.
They're definitely the type who realizes, oh, if I put myself on top of the table, I win better.
Yeah. Luthien kind of puts some chalk on the stick. So, I hope your endeavors have been fruitful.
Oh, to a certain extent. Now, do you mind telling me what you all been up to since, God, how long has it been now? How long has it been?
It's been probably a few hours.
Hours, Jesus, okay.
You've been meeting with a lot of people. Like, the castle's big, so it takes a while to walk around. And also, the conversation with Cassiel Tide took a long time, because Tide seems to not give a shit about wasting someone's time, because they think every moment is important if they're involved. Luthien sets up for a shot. Well, so I did happen to bump into the Queen, and
lovely. Looks at Luthien, looks around.
Yes, as you probably know about her, she's a bit eccentric, very unique lady. She made it very clear that the evening was going to be a focus on deputizing a new judge, considering, well, they've lost 50% of their judges in a very short period of time.
Yes, I did encounter that individual.
Not to mention, she also made it abundantly clear that there was going to be a meeting with all the higher-ups fairly soon before the event, just to kind of go over some specific details and things of the sort.
And that includes you, I would assume?
And you, if you so choose.
Well, yes, I have to be there to make sure you don't lose your mind about something.
That's true.
I'll be your personal fainting couch.
I appreciate that. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this could also be an excellent opportunity to explore with some of the most powerful people congregated in one location, so... Something to keep in mind. I'm not going to tell you either way.
The way Luthien is talking, is Jasper to assume that this room is free of prying ears and, like, such?
I don't know. Why don't you do a perception or sense motive?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do a perception to listen in and see.
Yeah. Seems safe enough. I mean, you do hear some, like, loud talking, but you get the feeling that's more, like, in the main part of the castle, where you first walked in, because there is an opening that looks down.
Yeah, I did notice that. I'm a little tired of this game already, actually. I'm gonna go take me a little seat over here if you want to continue our conversation.
Oh, sure. Let me just give this one more little try. And let's see here. Yeah, that's what your dexterity is. Yeah, they do a fine job. They sink it in. Yes. Oh, I'm getting so much better. Okay. What is up?
You said that again.
I did it again.
What is with this room?
Oh, Ikmar. Anyways, so what can I? Oh, this is a sit down, is it? He sits down as well.
Here, I will do your hair nice and pretty for the meeting.
Oh, why thank you.
Just starts doing his hair. So, is that all? Just there's gonna be a little meeting, and there's gonna be the big dogs there?
She didn't go into specifics, but yeah, no, that was more or less it. Why did you find out something?
Oh, I found out quite a few little things. Now, tell me, when you were talking with Miss Alora, did you notice anything off about her? Did her health seem not in peak form, anything of the such, aside from the glass of wine?
Well...
Also, here's one thing, don't go drinking any of that.
No, I didn't plan on it. You know me. I don't like alcohol.
Anything. I'm gonna make sure before you put it in that little mouth of yours.
All right, fair enough. I will be extra cautious then. Thank you. It is like having Catherine here. So,
she seems fine?
She seems the same as she's always been, at least as long as I've known her. Why?
Well, she must be pretty good at hiding stuff for quite a long time, because I've become privy to some information regarding her health, such that, Queenie has a little bit of a bug.
Kind of tilts his head.
There's something wrong with her physiologically, but I can't quite put my finger on it. There's something about it I recall, but I'm not putting one and one together. And also, this little doohickey, tap, 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 tells me that her body temperature is abnormally high for someone who should be, typically human, I would assume.
Kind of cups his chin and thinks, that is strange. I mean, she certainly doesn't have the ears, and he kind of like flicks his own.
No, certainly not.
Curious.
Hold on a second.
What's up?
Oh, can Jasper do? What kind of roll? I don't think it would be a nature roll. What would Jasper have to roll to learn of somebody's, recall aspects about certain types of heritages?
Oh God. I guess knowledge nature?
Okay.
Right? Like, I mean, if you've got,
because...
like, I think a raw intelligence or raw wisdom, everyone in chat's like, history? Arcana? There's so many different things. So,
I'm gonna do a nature, because that's my int.
Yeah.
Cooking? Wrong man. Okay, alright. Yeah, Luthien prattles on like that, and Jasper kind of leans on the table and just like, Now, that isn't abnormally high body temperature. Would that be considered some sort of facet of asamarism?
Luthien thinks about that for a moment. I suppose so. I don't see why not. I mean, radiant energy is associated with fire, so having a higher body temperature would make sense. I mean, take for example, Garen is as ASMR as it gets. He's the child of an Archon Hound. And so, despite that, I know he can radiate a lot of heat if he so chooses, but he does it naturally.
That was the aspect of it, is that her normal surface body temperature is completely normal. A little icy. I would assume that's just because she's got bad blood flow from all the wine, but that is starting to piece things. Could be it. I got some ideas, but till I get some more concrete evidence.
I will also mention to you, Olivier, since you're starting to piece things together and you've gotten some interesting theories, you think back to earlier when you first encountered Hersif standing next to Pain.
Yeah.
Pain's body temperature was also notably higher, not to the same level as the Queen's, but notably higher than anyone else's in the room.
Yeah, I thought so. He who peanut. Well, so there is one other individual who I noted with this peculiar sort of biological anomaly, and I'm gonna need you to just spin around, look at me for just a moment.
All right. And he spins and looks at you.
Now, it occurs to me after the fact that not everybody was aware of a certain piece of very, very important, vital, top secret information for doctor and patient's ears only, that little old Charity over there, That is not the Queen's daughter.
Luthien's eyes widen. What do you mean? That's not possible. She's only had the one child.
Oh, yes, well, the one child is, not that one. Not that little flower. It is a far more poisonous sort, the sort that greeted us when we walked in this front door.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all.
How doesn't it?
Judge Payne, well... Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed.
But why would she... Wait a minute, how do you know this?
Ooh. You see, here's the problem, is that I thought you were under the same sort of, I thought you knew too, and that's why I had a little bit of a flub earlier. I thought your good pal Gary might have told you as well.
I suppose Garen... He did save her.
He was there at the time. He was the man who chopped off the princess's arms.
That bit of information I was aware of, and that's why Charity has a prosthetic.
Well, there's one of two situations here. One, it's a fake and she's a very lucky girl, or two, it's not a fake and she's a very, very unlucky girl.
So, that raises the question, why did Garen not tell me?
I couldn't tell you what the man was thinking. Utmost level of security, I suppose.
Garen is very dedicated to his work, or was at least.
Mm-hmm. And he, unfortunately, still does harbor some level of respect for who the Queen might have been before the incident, so...
Olivier, this is a big deal. Like, if this information got out, and even more importantly, they figured out who let that information out, that's enormous. And there would be dire consequences. He like very quickly like looks around the room to make sure that he's like actually nervous.
Yeah, way to go, buddy, yeah.
And
now you see why I didn't want to play billiards no more.
Okay, yes, very sorry about that. Well, what do we do now? I mean, what do we act?
Sit yourself. Yeah, take a deep breath. New information. We're gonna filter it out. We're gonna think what we got, what we can do with it, and what we can't do with it. Because there's still more. I got more to tell you. I've been meeting and greeting. I've been schmoozing. Could you tell me everything you do know about that situation? About everything that happened all those years ago? Anything else you can think of? Anything out of the ordinary? Any sort of things that didn't really line up properly that might give you some sort of answers here?
Are you referring to the event that kind of kicked all of this off? The encounter?
Yes. Unless there's another one.
Well, the one who was present is in my head at the moment. Would you like to speak with them?
Jasper kind of gives a flat sort of look. Am I able to talk to you first?
Sure, absolutely. So, I'll be real. My information on it is a little hazy because at the time, I was still in the Feywilds. I was doing my role as a Fey King. Although we started hearing more and more rumblings of the mess that had transpired in Goliath, and so I decided to get involved. Of course, this was only about 15 years ago or so, and I had to work very hard and develop a very particular identity to get to where I was.
Pat on the cheek, I know.
Yes, thank you very much. Let's see here. Oh god. I'm trying to think of like when Charity would have been swapped. Would that have been
That would have been a long time ago. Because according to another one of my sources, the poor girl's actual family all died in some such of a way. I can't quite recall. Was it a house fire that they said?
It was a situation of there weren't any more details other than
No
they
more
had.
details. It was just she was an orphan because
She was an orphan, and the original parents are dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Not much to
was a
dig
real
up.
orphan from here in the city.
Interesting. I know in the early years there were some notable scares amongst the people, overreacting, essentially full-on witch hunts within the city itself. And obviously there were no druids there, but a lot of innocent people were, well, seriously injured. I mean, there is a possibility that Charity's parents were caught up in that, and oh God, if they found a little girl on her own that matched the age and look.
Generally.
Anyways, so as I started to climb up the ladder here, the focus on hunting the druids has fluctuated over the years, but most notably, now that you mention it, the Queen's direct drive for it has diminished. Like, she never really brings it up. Instead, the ones that keep pressing on with it are the keepers themselves. To the point where I don't know if the Queen cares.
I really don't think she does. She just wants to see bloodshed from some source. Now, important little individual in this whole thing, the missing puzzle piece to an extent, a little shadow that nobody seems to notice. What in the name of fuck is going on with that king? I haven't heard hide nor hair of him. I wouldn't be able to tell you what the hell his name is, even.
I was actually about to get to that. The king has not been... In the time that I have ventured through these halls, I have not seen the king once. Yet, when asking around, people get hush-hush about him, or more importantly, they act like that's just not a situation to be spoken outside the halls. The Queen has made it very clear that it is not a topic for discussion.
Almost like he wasn't even here in the first place, then.
It is bizarre, though, but I don't think he's dead. I feel like that would have gone public by now.
You'd be surprised the things they can keep, well, the daughter, that's one example of things they can keep secret, but I fear probably something a little bit worse than death might have been his fate. Let
me think about this. So the king, because I never got a chance to meet him, I know he was active in a leadership position at least, 12, 14 years ago, at least.
Have you had your conversation with, His Holiness yet? I believe he was looking to speak with you.
No, I haven't actually.
If you can, I might accompany you to that if you would like me to, but I might be busy at the same time. If while you're speaking, you could get his opinion on the matter, that might be important, because the man's been around as long as the dirt. So if anybody knows about the king, it's ought to be him.
That would make sense. With him being in charge of the keepers, he does more directly align himself with the Queen. She's the one that even gave him the authority to start the operation. I don't know the full details there, but to my understanding, the king apparently had some sort of police force. Never really discussed further, though. And the Queen felt it was important that she had her own, one that was one for the public, one that they could look up to and respect and appreciate.
What, and I assume the king's forces got cannibalized into what we have here, or did they just disappear on the wind?
I don't know. Jasper, I'll tell you this because you're part of the Ebon Ward. The king is supposed to have a direct line and control over the Ebon Ward. It was his secret police for years upon years upon years. However, as each king came and went, they started to not require the Ebon Ward anymore. And so they were just like, listen, you do your own thing, don't stir up trouble, whatever. But understand, if I need you, I will find you. And so that was that. But of course, in the last, 40 years or so, Ebon Ward hasn't been needed because the Keepers have arrived. People in chat, wait, has Luthien never been told they're a part of the Ebon Ward? No!
Oh, what? I thought he knew. I thought he found out when... Didn't Verger find out? Am I fucking crazy?
I don't think you told Verger.
I could have sworn
maybe you did call Verger.
Somehow told Verger and Luthien.
Oh, he was told? Let's see here. It's been so many years. I gotta
Verger found out. Luthie
That's
did not.
That's it. Verger found out. Luthie did not. Okay.
All right. Well, here. Okay. Let's turn this conversation in a direction then.
Sprite just watched that episode. Excellent. Yeah. So there you go.
Thank you. Good job, Chad. Well, okay. Whoa, okay. Bombshell after bombshell. Here, hold my hand, Luthie. This is a big one next.
Okay.
So I do know what happened to those individuals. Now that I think about it and use my little old brain, those would happen to have been the Ebon Ward.
Oh. Oh. Well, there's no way that they'd allow the Ebon Ward to be I've heard rumors about them. They allow.
Oh, they certainly do not require our assistance anymore. Looking right in the eye.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Leans out of his chair to look at the door to make sure no one's listening. Oh. Okay. Oh, does that mean...
Paints the whole picture for you?
Oh, dear. Wow. Okay. Well then, cool. Well, if you don't have any information, then it's very, very clear. There's no way that the Keepers would allow the Ebon Ward to become a part of it. I mean, there's all sorts of very curious individuals that make up that organization, to my understanding.
So if that is a situation in which the king had his own little posse, which eventually faded out, and then after he was... oh, what the fuck? So, unless I'm getting all my ducks in a row here and trying to remember what I still have to tell you. That bedsheet of an individual downstairs, the judge.
Oh, Cassiel Tide.
Yes, well, you see, oh, how do I phrase this?
I mean, you've been pretty blunt so far.
Yeah. They are also aware that Charity is not the Queen's baby, and they want to find out who it is, and they are not quite happy about the state of affairs in which the Queen holds herself. There is a little bit of infighting here, and it appears that, well, infighting isn't the proper term, it's more like, secret opinions, I would say. They are aware of your true nature.
Oh.
But I would assume the fact that nothing has been acted upon thus far within the past, 2 years, they had mentioned them having this position of power, that they either don't see you as a threat or they see you as a possible ally in that regard, because they have asked me to look into the situation.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me too much. If anyone was going to figure it out, it would be Cassiel Tide.
Would be them, and not to... If I had their job, I would be quite irate at the fact that somebody who I'm supposed to know just about everything about and for isn't giving me something so basic as, what is going on with herself and her actual family.
Right. Wow. All right. Well, we have a lot to do, it seems.
Also, there's a secret basement here somewhere, and I want to take a look at that.
Luthien sinks back in his chair. Why on earth did I even bother doing this for 10 years when apparently you could figure all this out in just a day?
Oh, because people don't care who I am.
Oh, it's embarrassing. Well, thank you. This is incredible. Wow. Oh. Dang. Okay. We need a plan. What are we doing now? I mean,
I think. Well, our plan in the long run in this whole entire thing is just to be here to learn, to listen, to watch. We didn't exactly have any sort of any sort of gears we were supposed to start turning, and if that is possible to keep it that way, not disrupt too many things, but find out as much as we can, I'd appreciate that. But if the opportunity arises to stir the pot, I don't know if I can help myself, because things here seem to be much more dire than I initially understood. Now.
Huh. Okay. So.
Do you imagine the big man inside has any information?
I'm sure he has something, and I would hope, and you notice Luthien looks in the mirror, I would hope he would be very honest with details. And you see kind of, for a moment, his eyes kind of roll into the back of his head for just a moment before they shift once again. Yes, reasonable enough. What would you like to know, Prince?
Go ahead and tell me anything that seems pertinent or out of space in the days and conversations leading up to the incident. Individuals you might have spoken to who set the thing up, telling me who was in the room at the time.
The meeting was simple. My hope was to establish land for the druids, and more importantly, fey creatures. Because, as I have told you already, the barriers are fading for Yurn, and I figured a second prison with the Feywilds would be the next best option. The Queen welcomed us with open arms, and I had presented many favors that could be granted. Yearly, incredibly profitable harvests. We could even help with natural crisis and prevent them even. We could aid in any elemental terrain, should they wish to expand to the north further, or perhaps even the sick lands, if they so chose. The meeting seemed to be going well, but...
Who all was present?
The only people
Yourself, two other druids.
2 other druids. They were other Briarborn that I had brought. You needn't worry, they're dead.
I'd assumed as much.
But the only other ones in the room was the Queen, the King, and a few of their guards.
And not...
What
about the little girl?
She came in after the commotion started.
Barged on in?
Indeed. I am loath to admit. As our discussion continued, the Queen seemed uninterested with the offer. She seemed disgusted by it. The King was surprised, to be sure, but he ceased communicating as she stood up and explained she would have no peace. Peace was dull. And so, things escalated.
The more and more Ikmar talks, the Jasper gets a sort of malicious smile on their face the more he talks.
And so, she had her guards come for us. I assume the intention was to escort us out, but the nerves of mortals in the presence of something such as myself They fired. And so I retaliated. Then the young girl came in. She did not want us to harm her mother. So I took her as a hostage. I made it clear I would not harm the girl, but she would let us leave. Then, the paladin came in, with an immense amount of force I did not anticipate.
He does operate like that.
It caught me off guard. He actually broke my arm with a single swing, and from it, that's where the sap poured out. I created the large willow tree and escaped...
No, hold on just a moment. Did you observe any of that sap coming into contact with the daughter?
Thinks about that for a moment. No. I was a bit preoccupied, as this paladin then followed up with a few more attacks that actually, as I passed through the tree, caved in my chest.
Oh.
When I arrived to the other side of the tree, I had no idea where I even was, and because the body had been damaged so severely, I returned to my mask form, only to be picked up by a terrible cat later.
Jasper does actually laugh at that. They lean back in their chair and... Oh, that is tasty. So, you mean to tell me was that big lug the one who made you the parish prince?
I've been the parish prince since long before you were
All
alive.
right.
All right.
Well, that does put a few more pieces on the board.
Is there anything else?
Anything from you?
I am concerned about trusting a keeper, but I did promise you we would do this your way first. And
yes,
so
well, I have dealt with more of them than you, so you can toddle on off now. I'll make my own decisions.
So be it. And there is a moment where Luthien kind of jolts forward just a smidgen. Huh.
Welcome back. You good?
Yeah, no, huh. That was certainly interesting. Whew. So, yeah, that was a lot.
Right, well, we do have that little meeting to get to, so I suppose we go there, listen in on everything, just try and keep our heads about ourselves, and then later this evening, I believe I will do some sneaking.
Right.
Sorry, socializing.
Of course. And again, if you need me to provide a distraction of some sort, I'm very good at that. You just let me know.
We do have our lady on the outside as well.
Yes, of course, though I would be very cautious about how...
Yeah, she's a bit of a last minute sort of... Yes.
Yes. Now what?
I suppose we just go?
Go to the meeting?
Unless you can think of anything better to do?
No, not especially. So, let's get cruising.
All right. Your hair looks just about done here. Was doing Ikmar's hair.
Oh, look, that's so cute. Thank you. Oh, lovely. All right, well, let's get going. And so, for the sake of ease, I will just immediately teleport.
Oh.
And I will ping one more time.
Oh, girls.
Yeah, no. So, you immediately find the princess talking to Judge Hersif. And I don't care who said they're coming down. They're going right back up. Yes, of course, Charity. We will make the accommodations for you immediately. Yes, if you gentlemen would be so kind. Hersif just kind of blandly throws her hands out. Yes, of course, Your Highness. Be happy to do that. Charity spins around. Oh, Doctor!
Hello, Missy. Luthien, come here.
Oh, yes, hello! I am not the doctor. Just gonna wave. Oh my, are you guys going to that big fancy meeting?
I believe we are. Why, will yours truly be attending?
No.
Oh.
I've got other more important things to do, like making sure that these decorations stay up this time. And it isn't long.
Pretty important.
Until you hear the door open with two people walking on in.
How did nobody know? How does nobody know? How does nobody know?
It's even the same artist drew them. I don't understand.
It's like they're from the same universe.
Yeah, no. These two come walking in and they are hushedly talking to one another. And Jasper, with your doodly-doo, your candlelight eye,
eyeball,
you can very clearly see once again that disease just coating the queen. And with these two women standing next to each other, yeah, their heat signatures are notably higher. Again, once Elora's is much higher. But there is another detail you notice now that they're together. They both have piercing blue eyes.
Yeah, of course.
They come walking in, and Queen Elora, oh, these decorations are to die for, my sweet. And goes up to Charity. Thank you, Mom. I've been working very hard. And you see the queen like kisses her on the sides of the cheek. Oh, you have such an eye for these things. I do hope you'll also help with organizing the treats and drinks. Way ahead of you, Mom. I've got great ideas like, she puts her hands on her hips, cupcakes. Oh, how original. Oh my
wow,
God.
She's really thought of everything.
Judge Payne puts her hands behind her back. Your Majesty, I think it would be wise to remove these streamers. It makes it look like it's a child's birthday party. We are not of that caliber. We are well above it. The princess looks over. I think you're forgetting who is a higher position to you, miss. And Payne, just like for a moment, gets a horrible scowl. And you notice that her eyes get brighter. I looks at the queen. Be nice. It's a lovely addition, Your Majesty.
Plus, the blue brings out your lovely eyes, ladies.
It does, doesn't it, Doctor? Oh, it's so good to see. And Luthien. Oh, you two are such a marvelous pair, just bursting with color. Oh, a drink? And you notice that she's still got that big goblet of wine.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Judge Payne looks over. Yes, Princess, why don't you continue to occupy yourself with coloring books and things of the sort while we actually handle the country's politics? And Payne just marches right on past and kind of actually bumps into Hersif's shoulder and just keeps on going. Oh, I don't know where she gets that. In any case, the queen looks back over. Will you two be joining us for the meeting?
I do believe so.
Oh, that would be positively exhilarating. I'm sure we can find you a chair, Dr. Olivier.
Oh, I don't mind standing. I'm more of a standing type individual anyway.
Oh, that's not necessary. We absolutely have enough chairs for you. It just depends on where you want to sit.
Well, ideally, I would like to sit next to Mr. Haldir here for safety's sake, but,
That is easily done. Not a problem at all. So whenever you are ready, come on by. And if you're a little late, I don't care, because I get to decide when it starts. So, and Queen just kind of marches on past, wine in hand. And it isn't long until Harsif kind of marches on over. All right, do you have this under control, Charity? Of course, Miss Harsif. Miss Harsif's fine. Well, I'd hate to walk in alone. Would you two accompany me?
absolutely.
All right, well, Olivia, I hope you've enjoyed your time here in the castle.
Oh, there's been a lot of talk, and so popular.
Well, I mean, you are a new face here, and a very interesting setup. So, well, I mean, let's be honest here. Your jewelry is exquisite. And you remember, Harsif is very much the, like, how do I look pretty?
I will admit I did try to dress up just a little bit to match with Luthien here, but I don't know. I still feel I might have gone a little too far.
No, nonsense at all. And she holds the door open for you.
Oh, thank you. Luthien, you first.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you, folks. And he just, like, wiggles through. So,
how is Harsif looking? Am I able to note her observing anything or keeping an eye on anything in particular?
Give me a sense motive.
Okay, I'm bad at these, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's pretty much as good as I'll get.
Observing Harsif, the first things that you notice, she looks exhausted.
Yeah.
And you get the feeling it's mostly from stress. You get the feeling ever since the keep, there have been a lot of screaming matches with her.
Oh.
She's also been exhausted just trying to organize this party because Payne's not going to do it. And also trying to balance what Payne wants with what the princess wants. And it's difficult sometimes.
Now, dear Judge, I don't mean to impose or anything. Are you sure you're feeling all right? You look a little tired.
Thank you for your concern, Doctor. I've just had a lot on my plate recently. Not to dump this on you, but we had a judge.
Your head, but you're gonna.
Yeah, Harsif.
Loves to gossip.
Judge Garen Everlyn has left us, and it's kind of left me out of sorts. I'm figuring out if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know.
I understand. He was a bit of a tour de force in terms of, from what I know, in terms of the whole team dynamic, I believe. So it's a learning process. I'm sure it'll be a little hard in the start. Just remember, get your rest, drink plenty of water, take your deep breaths when you can, that sort of thing. If you start to feel like exceptionally worse, though, definitely probably get that checked out.
You're right. Thank you. I really appreciate. Step aside, hero coming through. Clearly just like bumps into Harsif. Hey, Doc, good to see you. Oh, are you a bigwig now?
No, absolutely not. Just consider me a fly on the wall.
Okay. Well, if you decide you want to, get involved in some of the more serious frontline stuff, I can show you a few pointers.
Jasper internally has no idea what that could even possibly fucking mean.
Yeah, he's a lot.
Jasper's gonna look at Harsif and see if they can see anything that she might be reacting to.
You, with a sense motive of 23, you can tell she's like, I can't fucking believe he's a judge, or going to be. This is unacceptable. I thought the keepers had any amount of decency. This is the line. We clearly don't give a fuck anymore.
Dr. Olivier through gritted teeth. Certainly ain't no Garen Evelyn, but I suppose the times are changing.
Yep. I guess so. And she comes on.
Ooh! For me?
For oh, yeah, if you want.
May I judge?
Yes. She gestures to let you have a seat next to her.
For me? Now, these boys, they are what I think they are, correct?
What do you think they are?
They are the boys who watch, the boys who learn, and they may even be the boys who record.
You get a pretty good assumption that, yes, that would indeed be the case. It isn't long until someone else comes walking in with his cane. Sorry for the delay. Was having a game with the boys. They wanted to show me what that ping pong was all about. Magnus. Hey, how's it going, big guy? And pats him on the shoulder. Doing quite well, thank you, young man.
Do be careful. Do be careful with the man.
And it isn't long until you see someone suddenly appear. A little top off, dear queen. Oh, Cassiel, you are a delight. Oh, thank you so much. And she holds up the goblet and gets poured wine. You notice that it's white wine going into a red wine, and that doesn't seem to faze her even a little bit. And if you had to guess, this is Cassiel Tide testing what this woman's limits are. Fascinating.
My friend, put some vodka in there, straight from Fimbulfin to do it.
And so, you all have a nice little seat together, and the queen claps her hands. So, I don't want to waste a lot of people's time because we're all very, very busy with today. So, I thought I'd run over the very basics of the whole point of this grandiose event. This amazing celebration. Judge Payne puts up a hand. As you stated, we have other things to do, Your Majesty. Yes, you're right. I'm terribly sorry. And you get the feeling she was going to say something else, but stopped herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought it would be important to clarify, first and foremost, we are going to be honoring our newest judge. Magnus leans over. Yeah, that's right. Judge Magnus, the Calamity. It sounds real good, doesn't it? Oh, man, I'm excited for this. Thank you again, Payne, for this opportunity. Payne puts up a hand. You've been selected for your skill set, not your personality. If possible, keep your speech to a minimum. Oh, that's a little harsh, but whatever you say, miss. I just appreciate the gig and you finally appreciating what I can do. Especially with my friend. Payne puts up a hand. We don't discuss other judges' activities. Right. Sorry. They are undercover after all. Anyways, so what else is going to be going on here? Well, we're going to have the very exciting announcement of retirement. And Hersif leans across the table. Retirement? Who else is stepping down? Oh, you, dear. Well, I should rephrase. It's not a full-on retirement. It's more leave. I'm sorry? Judge Payne leans across the table, just barely. I find your work ethic lacking, and to be perfectly honest, I don't trust you anymore, Judge Hersif, or, I'm sorry, Rosa Hersif. Don't worry, a seat of judge will be available for you when you return, but until further notice, you are not a part of the Keepers. You have no authority over any of our soldiers. I don't understand. Oh, let me make this clearer. You clearly were involved with Ebon Ward's escape in the Keep, just like Garen, except for he was smart enough to leave. Though it's not surprising that you would stick around like a dumb fawn. Hersif is devastated. She just falls back into her chair. Don't worry, we won't make it a full-on public announcement, but we have already warned the public that we are down 3 of 6 judges, which is the reason we need Magnus to step up. Wait, am I really just gonna have a fill-in? Yes, you are. But I also think that you have the capabilities we're going to need in the near future. But, you said retirement pretty specifically. Why use that terminology? Right, I got ahead of myself. It's because you're retiring, Your Holiness. I'm fit as a fiddle. I'm perfectly capable of serving the keepers. I started this. Yes, but let's be honest with ourselves, Ivan Sharp. You haven't really been leading nearly as much. I mean, if anything, I think it's time that someone more capable stepped up. Cassiel Tide actually leans in. I'm terribly sorry, Your Highness. Ivan Sharp has been a staple of the Keepers for quite some time. Why on earth would we retire him now, and especially so boldly to his face? And Judge Payne leans forward. Well, let's see here. He is the one that has chosen which judges we have join the Circle. He chose Garen Everlyn, the greatest traitor that we've had for the Keepers and our country. Judge Lionheart, who we are still investigating but has clearly been poisoning half our country with a food source we do not understand. And finally, Judge Hersif, well, we've already established is incapable and, well, useless. Times change, and we need someone who is actually going to be able to lead the Keepers in a more appropriate manner. This is a lot to take in. Ivan kind of shuts down. This doesn't seem right. I understand why I have been removed from my position. But Ivan he's done so much for our country. Okay, tell me about them. Queen looks very bold, like she suddenly gains an interest as Payne calls it out. Your Majesty, I think this is a grave mistake. This is something that needed to be discussed far more than a casual meeting hours before an announcement.
If I may.
The whole table stops and looks at you.
Is there any level of democracy to all this, or is this just a big surprise that Judge Payne gets to decide on? I'm not quite aware of the internal power structure of your conglomerate, I suppose. I just want to get a little bit. Don't mind me though. You don't really need to answer if you don't want to.
The Queen looks over. No, actually, this isn't even really Payne's decision. She doesn't have the authority to do that. But she brought a lot of interesting perspectives to my attention. I mean, I don't see the front line nearly as often as these other judges. And of course, Payne herself. Payne has led the conquest more than once that has been incredibly fruitful. And so I trust her judgment. She has been loyal since the very day she gained her title as judge. Your Majesty, you notice that Cassiel turns to you like if you've got something.
Well, I don't know. I'm just a doctor. I'm mostly here for Mr. Harold here, so I don't know exactly what my opinion would contribute. But if I were to try and give you any advice at all, if you want it, it just seems to me that leaving everything up to, what was it, yourself, Judge Magnus, correct? And then, was there a third you mentioned? 3 people, assumedly. That's a lot of stress on just 3 people. That can't be good for your health.
Which is why we're getting more judges. Magnus is just one new addition. We have others lined up that we are ecstatic to have join, though they couldn't be here. Ooh. And they will be
Do we get the inside scoop on who those might be? Cheesy little smile, like a little hee-hoo.
The Queen puts a finger up to her lips. Oh, not yet, dear. Honestly, right. It's already a miracle that you get to be a part of this conversation.
It truly is.
Payne looks over. Yes, it truly is, Your Majesty. Dr. Olivier, Payne spins to look at you. I understand your hesitation, despite the fact that you really have zero authority here. And I appreciate the common folks' interests in this political matter. Though, you have not seen what I have seen. You have not endured what I have endured, and I can assure you this is a necessary step to ensure our country's safety. There are things happening in this country that even Cassiel Tide's eye has not caught quite yet. Yes, it would appear many things have gone past my ears in recent years. None of this came across to me. That's because I don't tell any of your secret keepers what's going on. I know which ones are directly in your pocket, so I trust the more reliable sources. Cassiel Tide just scowls. But they're coming to my side anyways. As you can see, there is a need for reform. We are displaced. We are a mess at the moment. Which is why we need an iron fist to bring it all together. And you watch as she brings her fist down on the table. The Queen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, perfect. Yes. So, Ivan, don't worry. You will be paid handsomely for your services, and this is a ceremony for you and all of your accomplishments. You notice that Payne scoffs at that. You are the reason that we even have the Keepers to this day. I was seeking a new option to help keep the people safe and give the people, most importantly, heroes they could see. Damn right, more heroes! And Magnus just slams back his ale. And that's what the Keepers are. And that's what you brought to me. And it has grown over to the years to finally be the beacon we had hoped. And unfortunately, it has dimmed recently, but we have some new fire to really get it going again. There's just silence at this table.
Is this what all the meetings are like?
No, they're not usually like this, so you found a very special one.
Lucky me.
Payne looks over. Besides, Ivan, let's be real. You're old. You can barely walk around anymore. You deserve a break. Enjoy the time that you have left. Ivan just kind of looks down. If I may inquire, if I am not a judge anymore, how long is my leave? Until I find you're useful again, or I feel like you've learned your lesson. I need to treat you like a child because you act like one. I find your capabilities to be very useful when it comes to calming the crowds, or even deciphering some important details. I mean, you did have a similar job to Cassiel Tide until they arrived. But let's be real, Cassiel Tide is just better at it. Though maybe not as good as expected. Payne looks with a cheeky smile to Cassiel, who very few times... They still have this very neutral expression, but there is a burning in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So, enjoy your last day in Errol, Ms. Hersif. Of course. That should do it, I think. There's really nothing else to discuss here. Payne stands up. Besides, I have other work to attend to, and besides, she spins around. Your Majesty, I would hope to have a conversation with you. Oh, of course, yes. It'd be rude if I was to leave before anyone else, so I'll wait. And Judge Payne walks out, and she just slams the door behind her.
Quite the command and air on that one.
Yeah, that's why she's in charge. She gets it.
Well, no, she's in charge because the other people left, but, I suppose that'll be all for us then. Would it be, Luthien? Anything from you?
No.
Oh goodness, you look a little shaken there. Do you want to go for a lie down or something?
I might. All I had to report on was that I'm very thankful that Kragmer's Fissure is still a part of the coalition. Though I had heard recently that Leviara has left the coalition. Yes, as has the Bronze Circle. No worries. We're looking into negotiations now. Right. Okay. Well, Luthien turns over to Hersif, and she is just staring at the table. Rosie? Yes, Luthie. Would you like to go for a walk? I think I'd like that, yes. All right. You don't mind Dr. Olivier, do you?
No, of course. Just, be careful. Don't go walking off in any scary places.
Yes, of course. Your Majesty? Yes. Bye, Rosie. And Hersif gets up and walks out of the room. Right. If you'll excuse us.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Oh, yes, it should be an exhilarating one. I hope to see you all there. Yes, I am needed elsewhere. I need to have a chat with a judge. And you see Cassiel Tide walk through a wall and disappear.
Oh.
Man, they're a fucking ghost? Oh, man. Yeah, we're gonna win. This is great. See you around, Gramps.
What do you mean, win? What?
Hey, guys. Oh, what's with all the... Turn those frowns upside down. Come on, there's gonna be a party. Oh, man.
Jasper is very glad that it will not be hard to keep track of that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, there is a second Jasper over to the right if you want to destroy them.
My apologies. Boop.
Right then. Where might we be going for our little stroll?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I just kind of wanted to stretch my legs.
You know what? Just walk with me, talk with me.
That sounds eerily familiar.
No comment.
Yeah. And so, she,
link arms with Luthie, as always.
Sure. Here, you know what? I'm just going to give you control of Luthien.
Yay, my boy!
So you can actually, like, move him. And it makes it easier for me as well.
Doop-de-doo. I would say they will make their way away from that room.
Yeah.
Let's go down here, all the way down here, on like the opposite end of this floor.
Oh, you want to go to the very south?
Wander, yeah, like down here.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
I grabbed Luthien, but I not grabbed me. There we go.
I will teleport Hersif, and then I will also ping so Aram doesn't go into shock of where the hell we went. And you did notice that as you were walking through the halls, that food is starting to be set up on the table. It looks like the event is happening fairly soon, which is all the more reason of like, wow, we're just gonna drop all that shit on people,
and then go, huh? Great. Oh, so much drama here in the castle. It's far more than I expected. I thought that was something that people only, talked about and pretended from stories and such. The kind of thing people would talk up at dinner tables. Hey, Will, am I getting anything?
Getting anything?
My eyeball in this direction.
Oh, your eyeball does pick up something very important.
Ping pong! Not now. Not now.
Yeah. But Hersif keeps on walking, and you notice that she just like stops and stares at this fountain for a bit. I don't really know what to do now.
I suppose for the time being, you'd just be a free woman, yes?
I don't know if that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm a Hersif. I need to be the best in my field every time.
Pish posh.
You clearly don't know the Hersif family very well.
No, doesn't matter. Family doesn't matter. It's you who matters every time.
I wish my father felt the same way.
Fuck him.
Maybe I'll give him a piece of my mind next time I see him. Yeah, Rosie, I mean, that is the question. What are you going to do now? I mean, you don't have any responsibilities, which on one hand does sound kind of nice. I mean, I can relax a bit more. But, God. Well, this might be bold of me to say, it's been a while since you've gone home, right? It has. I haven't really seen the family in a while. Being a part of the Keepers, I was more or less stuck here. Well, that to me sounds like more than enough of a reason to head on back. Enjoy those shores. Maybe you're right. What about you two?
Oh, well, we mosey wherever he moseys. Nowhere too stressful, I hope, Luthie.
No, nothing too wild to report on. Harrison puts a hand up. Just as a reminder, we are entering the barracks at this point.
Ooh. Little noise. Maybe, is there a way to get outside from here?
Yeah, we can just head out. We actually just passed it.
Well, it looks, I'm getting a breeze coming from this way. Can we go? Is there a door there?
There is a little courtyard. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Yes, let's head on over there.
And you see Hersif is like doing her best to have a more bubbly personality, but she's really struggling. It feels like this was kind of the nail in the coffin for her.
Is there anything interesting in this tiny little confined space, such as this?
Nope. Nothing catches your attention. Nothing seems odd or out of place. And here, if you want, we can actually just like warp into the courtyard if you want to. So we'll just like boop. Just so we're
boop.
All right, and then I'll ping. Boop.
Actually, can we take a quick 5-minute break?
Oh, okay. We will take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, just real quick. Okay, BRB.
Oh boy, oh boy. How you doing, Aram?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
I think Hersif's got the right idea. When when it's just been nonstop problems, danger. Why not just go to the fucking beach?
Yeah, fuck it.
Beach episode.
Oh.
No problems. No danger.
No problem. There's never been a problem at the beach. Not once. Except for that one time in Underpath where you were almost eaten by moles.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad.
And then the Magus nearly killed...
Yeah, just like fucking decapitated Maze.
Yeah, it was a rough go of things. Whoop, there goes a soda bottle. No! Oh, it's gone forever.
Dead.
How you doing, chat? Yeah. Couple of big bits of information getting dropped there. Honestly, this is the best thing that could have happened to Hersif. Like, yeah, meta-wise it probably is, but for her and just some things that she's got on her mind, no, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Oh, man. Saw them in the last episode. Some dude in a red coat and red hat. I think it could be a Leon. Oh man.
I assume, like, it's been indirectly alluded to But right now, my assumption is that they're organizing and potentially about to announce that they're just gonna full-on militarily invade Leviara and the Bronze Circle and conquer them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to. I mean, why would I know?
Well, I mean, you can say that, but I know. I'd be shocked if it was anything else, to be honest.
I'm looking at the notes right now. Imagine if instead it was like, we are announcing our space program.
We have detected traces of vampires on the moon.
With Judge Bezos and Judge Musk, we believe...
We've launched an exciting new private-public partnership called KeepX. We're going...
Yuck. Oh, I hate that. Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, chat hated that. Not great. Not good at all.
Did you know Judge Musk is in talks with Wibbs Wobble Whopper to purchase her highly successful mobile town square, Twibbler?
Oh. He backed out at the last minute, but... Oh. God almighty. The queen. Live on the moon? Sure, why not? Sips wine.
Haha, smokes.
Skipped. How dare you guys? Judge Wibbs, I'm gonna veto that right now. Don't worry.
That would make so little sense.
Like, I cannot stress enough. Judge Wibbs will never happen. Never.
That's right. Our conquest is victorious, assuredly, thanks to our new additions, Judge Magnus and Judge Boba.
Boba. Whoa, this little guy is a menace. God. Judge Pieman, no. Judge Reaver, Judge Victor Gallowsworth. They would love Victor to be a part of the Keepers. Problem is, I don't think their morals would align, weirdly enough. Like, Victor's not a stellar dude, but he does have lines where he's like, come on, man.
Well, so he's profit motive based, so
Yeah.
I doubt he'd be on, like, I'm sure he'd be on board with the military-industrial complex in terms of, like, profiteering, but it's not going to be good business for him if whole towns and cities are getting wiped out and there's no one left to buy his booze.
Yeah. God. Yeah, Wasted Hatter has a point. Jasper being like, I've infiltrated you guys twice and got more information in 4 hours than you can imagine. It is true. This is also like a big thing of like, no one's gonna suspect little old doctor to have this level of espionage skill.
No one's gonna expect a little old doctor to have a big old dick.
That's just how they do. These are just the facts.
I would kill to get Judge Musty.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Musty's gonna happen, guys, no matter how many times you wish for it.
I would like to introduce Judge Musty. Where the hell am I? They like remove a bag from his head.
He's just been fucking tied to a chair for months. You're a judge now. I don't even remember his voice. It was just a McCree impression.
Don't you mean Cassidy?
No.
Oh boy. Hope Civ pops on back pretty soon.
Well, the abruptness makes me assume that something came up. But yes, hopefully, just a little thing, just a little treat, just a little kiss.
A
little kiss.
Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh god,
Okay.
I just thought of the alternate universe we were discussing there. That's Ebon Ward.
Oh!
Oh, I don't want to know.
And with that mental poison,
I
I'll
don't
go
wanna
on
know.
mute again.
Back to the game, please.
Okay. So I'll just do another ping.
Ooh. Jasper's just gonna look around, at everything and get like a gander of their surroundings, see if there's anything that sticks out or anywhere that looks like a good walking place.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. I also have my certain pluses on this from Who's Who What's It. Let me see.
Sure.
That's a survival check, so that won't count. But never mind. Okay, so this is just straight perception. I don't know shit.
Okay. So looking around, you do detect some heat signatures in here, but they seem to be in the shape of
Horse.
of griffins.
Oh,
but they're
lovely.
smaller.
Oh, babies!
They might be babies.
Oh, babies!
And yeah, you've obviously got this keeper directly in front of you, but besides that, trying to think how far.
How far down do it go? Do I see the worms?
So, yeah, I don't think you can see anything else because it's 30 feet. So,
if Luthien would like to walk in a direction, Jasper will follow. Or if Hersa.
yeah, I think
Rose. Fuck, her name's so hard to say.
Yeah, I think Rosa just kind of motors over this way, and she just kind of looks down in the well.
Any fish?
I hope not. Well, I guess I don't need to really worry about the keepers anymore, or at least not for a while. But something is not sitting well with me.
How so? In terms of, aside from everything.
Right. Pain has made it clear to me more than once that she disapproves of my work ethic. And I admit I've certainly dropped the ball more than once. And it is a little frustrating that the few times that I do feel like I've been right, I've been told I'm wrong.
I have a question. Is she still looking down the well?
She is.
I wonder if I can get away with this.
What are you thinking?
I know where we are. I know what's right here. And I know they're going to be talking soon. I'm assuming they're going there, but if they're not, then I'll waste
I see what you're up to. Yeah, no. If you want, you could signal to Luthie to create a distraction.
Yeah. Let him do that.
Rosa. Yeah? Come on. What? Come here. Something's really bothering you. And I get the feeling, and if this is too forward, and she actually turns around to look at him, and he like puts his back to the well, and so that she like follows suit. So they're basically just staring at this wall. I get the feeling this whole not being a judge thing is more problematic regarding your family. I mean, I don't think you've ever met Oleander, have you? No, but I've heard tales about him. He is commonly referred to as the Red Dragon. Yeah, well, I mean, when you're one of the greatest pyromancers the world's ever seen, that kind of happens, and so you continue to wander off. And so I will I'll put on some sneaky music. Give me a stealth check, because we are immediately approaching the situation of, like, there are people flying on griffins and things of the sort.
I don't know if Jasper would actually be trying to be openly sneaky yet. I think they're going to wait until they feel like they're being watched directly, because at this point, they are playing it off like they're just wandering about while Luthien and Rosa are having a conversation.
Sure.
They're going to be casually looking at, like, the foliage and everything, and inspecting the plant life and that sort of stuff, and just like, yes, a decent garden, I suppose, that sort of thing.
Yeah, looking around, you do see, like, there are fish and frogs near the little pond over here, and you do notice, like, a little rabbit at one point and a couple birds in the trees.
Wow.
Like, one of the birds has a disease, which is a little heartbreaking to just casually see, but that's just how it be sometimes.
Poor bird.
Poor
At least
bird.
the rabbit don't got Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And how high up is this? This is still on the first floor here, right?
This is still on the first floor, so this is actually not, like, terribly far up. I would say, like, this little stone piece that you're looking at here, but obviously you got to get through the bushes, which is annoying. I would say this is about 10, 15 feet up, probably, just because there is that staircase that leads up to this level, so it's probably closer to, like, 10 feet up.
Okay. How long does this last? I gotta check something. That's not very long at all.
You also have a druid companion.
I do. What do you mean by that?
You have Kismet, if you need her for anything.
I don't know what I might be able to use her for, just to get her to listen in, I guess.
Oh, you do have a magical item.
Yeah, yes, please. Ding ding, time for dong dong, ding ding.
All right.
Jasper will go over by this lovely big fern and ding.
All right, so you put one right there.
They put it specifically up near the very top, like where an eye would not casually wander.
Okay, so it is a 30-foot radius, correct?
I believe so. Let's double check. Bibbidi 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 bop, bibbidi bop bop, bibbidi doop.
Something tells me this is a lot bigger than I thought it was when I wrote that as a magical item.
Ah! Yes, 30-foot radius.
Wow, okay, so that's actually pretty huge. So this is just so you have a perspective of what you're working with for reach. So what I will do then is I will reveal who is in that room and who is talking. So
Rub mother's back. I have a backache.
let's see here. What music do I want to have? No, that's not right. Yeah, we'll do that. So for the audience to understand, Jasper pulls out the lovely bow that Luthien had actually given them, known as Whisper on the Wind, and its magical effect is that you can fire an arrow, and wherever it sticks, if you decide to zone out, you can actually listen through where the arrow is placed up to a 30-foot radius. Obviously, if there's walls and things in the sort, it becomes a little more difficult to perceive details, but considering how close these folks are, probably not too bad. You can hear the very obvious footsteps of Pain marching up and also then getting snuffed out as she stomps on pillows. You can hear she actually like kicks a few off. Oh, don't get so mad, dear. I will get mad. I can't believe this. Why? Okay, there's a lot we need to talk about here. Oh, my sweet little perfect child. What are you so mad about? And you hear a slap. Clearly a hand was reached out. And no, stop. First and foremost, why the fuck is my replacement such a goddamn airhead? was the best I could do in the time. And why are you getting mad about this so many years later? Because I haven't had to engage with her directly for so much. Doesn't matter. It's not you, is it? Is everything set up? Yes, everything has been... My sweet, perfect child. You are worrying too much. Everyone has their role tonight. You make it sound like we're going to do something catastrophic. We're just letting the people know Errol will not be pushed around any longer because we don't need his holiness. We have our conqueror. Pain kind of stomps off a little bit. I feel like the title is a little excessive, don't you? No, dear, not at all. Is that not the role in which you requested of me? You came marching in here, madder than a hornet's nest. Oh my God, it reminded me of when you were so much younger. That you wanted power, that you wanted authority to remove that pesky leash, and I am. I'm removing anything that will slow you down. I want your forward march to be unstoppable. And I even have a weapon for you. Judge Payne turns. Besides the other hand. Oh, the other hand was merely solidifying your new role. No, my dear child. A weapon I have been waiting for this very moment when you would do what your father refused. Payne nods. I look forward to seeing what you've been cooking up, Your Majesty. Oh, can I just hear it once? Not until you've earned it. Payne walks away. What we do for our children. She is a good kid. And that's all you hear.
Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle.
Yes, and the arrow then dissipates.
Where might she be keeping it? There's three different places. Hold on. Jasper doesn't have that, does Jasper? Do Jasper have the do?
What do Jasper look for?
No, Jasper does not have it does not have the spell of look for. Jasper with the Baja Blast. Do the do. Jasper will casually make their way back. And just mosey on up for a bit. And if they look like they're still talking, Jasper, Dr. Olivier will politely excuse himself. Say, I'm just gonna go take a walk while you two are out here. That kind of thing. I'm gonna go wander about the castle.
As you walk by, you see that Luthien is like comforting Rose.
Yeah, she's crying.
I'm just trying. It's not my fault. I keep trying. I know we're the house of fire, but like I just can't do it. I tried to. Ever since, just like rambling, and Luthie's like, I totally get it, dear. Don't you fret. It's totally understandable. It looks like she just released a dam of information to Luthien, and he's like, I was not prepared for this.
Jasper's gonna walk up, pat Luthien on the arm, and hand him a handkerchief. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Thank you so much. He blows into it.
I'll be back in the room if you need me eventually.
Yes, I'll meet you back there.
Jasper, it's if for anybody who knows Jasper, it's almost like they don't give a shit about hair stuff. Not my problem.
I mean, fair. Like, Harrison did do you guys a couple of solids, but also like, fuck this bitch.
Jasper's gonna fuck.
How does this griffin look? Does it react at all? Is it cute and chirpy?
Yeah, it looks like...
Oh, darling creature, beautiful.
I named him Gravel.
Jasper internally, that's a good name.
He just like pets the bird on the head.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do, Jasper?
Brain time. Okay. Okay, I think it's time for Jasper to go big or go home.
Okay.
Jasper will make their way up to their and Luthien's room.
Okay.
And from there... Gotta make sure I do this right. How long is it till the party?
I would say the party, like, people are actually probably still, like, starting to filter in. The party is not starting for at least another hour.
Okay, in that case, I don't want to waste that spell.
I mean, so I've told you this. If you want me to accommodate for something, I can do that. If there's something that you're interested in doing.
I'm just trying to think because... from that information that was gleaned from that conversation, it seems like something is going to happen at the party aside from just the announcement.
If you'd like to do a sense motive.
Okay.
For what the queen might mean by that.
What do you mean by that? Yeah.
Okay. So you've talked with the queen multiple times, and in the time that you've discussed with her, you get the feeling when she means something big is happening, she is talking very specifically about like the announcements. And most importantly, what like the whole announcement of Pain becoming Conqueror. Because you've picked up at this point, uncomfortably, Queen Allura adores Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is the perfect child to her. Mm-hmm. And so anything involving her is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So you are, I will say, even with a 15, I know that seems a little low, you feel confident that there isn't like some big assassination attempt or like poisoning people or anything of the sort. It does seem mostly like the focus is, oh man, I can't wait to unveil these huge details because the populace will be so excited.
I see. In that case, I'm gonna change my plan then.
Okay.
How do I reach out to Tide without being caught reaching out to Tide? Because I know that they did not want to be seen together, but they also said that they were going to go talk to a judge. So I assume that means they're going to go and try and lay into Pain.
You do know that Cassiel Tide seems to have eyes and ears everywhere. So, I mean, I will
go upstairs. I will go up to the second floor.
Okay, I will drag you there.
Okay.
I will plop you here for now. I know it's not like the exact right location, but.
Okay. Let me think real quick. Let me think. Disguise. Meow 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 meow. 10 minutes level. That's not long enough. Oh my gosh.
What are you gonna do?
I'm thinking. How long does this take? Oh, 2 hours. That's pretty good. I don't know if I want to do that though. Okay. Fuck. I think, is it possible for Jasper to try and find out where they are through heat signatures and then maybe follow them somewhere to see if they can listen in on their conversation?
Yeah. Give me a survival check
Ooh,
to track down.
Here's the weird question. Do they have a distinct sort of smell? Like, every person has a sort of smell to themselves, and, like, they seem like the kind of person who might wear some weird perfume or something.
Cassiel Tide has, like, a very earthy smell.
Okay.
If you had to guess because I would say you figured this out based on your interactions with them. They are a Suli.
Yeah.
So you would wager that the gin that they came from is an earth-based
one. Yeah.
Because they've just, like, even like the orange markings are normally connected with earthen gin and things of the sort.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay.
And I should clarify, when I say earthy, not like that going into a Trader Joe's bad earthy smell. Like, it's a nice one. Okay. So let's see here. Cassiel, I think for the sake of ease, you actually have been following Pain.
Yeah.
Because you are correct. That is the person that they wish to speak to.
Okay.
And so at a point you see Pain just kind of marching on by.
Where are you going, Boo? I'm gonna go this way. Hopefully, if I go in that room. No, the queen's further down usually.
And because you have the eyes for it, because you are just so ding-dang crafty, you do notice someone borderline materialize out of thin air behind Judge Pain, actually terrifying this keeper. Oh! Don't mind me. Judge Pain. Yes, Cassiel Tide. May I be so bold as to borrow you for a moment? Yes, I'm sure. You'd be very interested in talking to me this evening. Yes, I would, actually. You get the feeling Pain is about to go into the Western room. No, I'd like to speak with you in the House of Gods, so that you might be a bit more honest, if you'd be so kind. You know I don't care about the gods. Oh, I'm well aware. Your morals have proven that more than once. And Pain kind of wanders up, and you see again that heat signature rise up.
Jasper is going to sit here on the edge of the fountain and start reading a journal.
Yeah. I apologize for essentially cornering you, Judge Pain, but I must ask, what are you not telling the rest of us? Oh, have your whispers failed you? That's very disappointing. I thought I could finally rely on one of my secret keepers. Well, I must admit, you've actually been rather precautious with this one. Though, if I may be so bold, could you elaborate what's happened with the king? Pain spins. What about the king? You know he's very unwell. Right, but I've been growing more and more suspicious of such a bizarre claim over the last few years. I mean, if you'd like, we have a new doctor that might be able to provide assistance. No, that won't be necessary. We have all the doctors that we need. It's a complicated illness, and it will be handled in due time. In due time. Very well. You clearly have no interest in discussing it. So, I will ask something else of you. Judge Pain? Can you tell me, what's this business about Conqueror? She spins. Yes, I've been overhearing that word be brought up more and more as of recently. When did you hear it? Last day or so. Pain seems to ease up just a smidgen. We have to acknowledge that with the coalition being so strained at the moment. Gee, I do wonder why that might be the case, Judge Payne. It's because we aren't being firm enough. Baffling you have learned nothing in the time that you have decided to put yourself in such a high and mighty position of your own volition, dear Payne. She spins and looks at him. What do you want, Tide? What do you actually want with me? I'm just looking for details. It's the reason that you acquired my skills. No. Sharp acquired your skills. And I must admit you are very good at them. But you also need to understand that your nose does not belong in everyone's business. I point where you should be sniffing, understand? But you must forgive my curiosity, dear Judge. So many interesting things have happened in such a short period of time at this keep. Besides, I have been also most curious. What are these details about masks that you yourself brushed under the rug? The glass mask was taken from us before we could do anything with it. Yes, the one that a loyal Lionheart had obtained. From who? We don't know who. But it's part of the reason that he became what he was. Yet why have we not made that information more readily available? You allow loyal Lionheart to have a hero's death only because we weren't sure what Judge Lionheart was up to. But now that we have a better idea, unfortunately, you haven't actually acquired that information quite yet as to what Leon Lionheart has been up to. So once we find out that he's a traitor too, we'll burn the whole family down, publicly. You don't aim to kill them? No. Reputation-wise will be enough. We've received enough funding from the Lionheart family anyways, and besides, knowing Leon, he'll be desperate to be a part of us again, that he'll make even more donations. It doesn't mean that we have to agree to his terms. They are donations after all, they're not an exchange. My, you are wicked, aren't you? Positively vile. All right. It would appear you have zero interest in elaborating on these details, and I find that incredibly frustrating. Do answer this much, though. Do you truly believe that Ivan Sharp is incapable of his position of power? Yes. 100%. That is disappointing. You realize that you are the reason the Keepers are feared time and time again. That's why we're going to change that. We need to remind them who the villains are. We need to show them displays of power so that they understand that we are here to protect them. Dear Payne, you are so naive. How very unfortunate, considering the grand promotion you'll be receiving. And they walk away. And they close the door. I do hope that was somewhat educational for you.
Oh, me? No, I was just reading a little book here. Points to the page. I need to talk to you.
Indeed. Why don't we have a little chit-chat? In the library.
Certainly.
They pull you aside. I don't like wasting time. And you are dimension doored.
Jasper's hair just... Ooh.
Now then, once again, they flick their wrist and you see that same shimmer once again. So, what does you want to discuss?
Just wondering how they're gonna do this.
Yeah. They look at you expectantly.
Jasper is going to just stand there very matter-of-factly and just look them up and down and, like, look them right in the eye and just kind of squint at them for a bit.
Do you still not trust me?
Somebody like me... You can tell I'm more than just a not doctor, of course, but somebody like me has a very hard time at trusting people. I hope you understand.
Of course.
It's quite easy for somebody of my nature to be taken advantage of.
Indeed.
And I certainly do not appreciate that, so I have to make sure all of my bases are covered.
Yes.
In order for me to divulge any more information to you, I will need you to tell me flat out, bar none, no lies, what you intend to do when you find out what you're looking for. I want to know not what you're doing for the Queen, I want to know what you're doing for Tide.
That is a reasonable request. They take a very deep bow once again. I aim to see if there is a way to remedy this disaster of a dynasty that has been developing over the years. I have no love for Simsalabim, I assure you. I have my problems with the great Emperor Sokahatir, but I don't have any need to fix that part of the country.
I mean, it's already working swimmingly as far as the folks here are concerned, so why trouble yourself with that?
Because it's not fair to the people. I am in a luxurious position of power that I have attained through many years of servitude and practice and diligence to have what I have. And you notice that they show off the glowing marks on their hands as well. Looks like their entire body is covered with them. And as you know from Suli, the more wishes they grant, within their ability, obviously, they can't like grant full-on Jinn wishes. They get more power courtesy of providing to others. I wish to use it in the way that I deem appropriate. Now, I'll make this clear. Whatever I were to learn about these people, I would not act on immediately. That would be so very stupid. In fact, it would be very similar to Pain, who acts only on emotion.
Nobody wants to do that.
No. Nobody wants pain in a multitude of meanings. My hope...
Continue.
My hope is to remove them from power in a efficient manner. Not just through cloak and dagger, but political removal, and if possible, the best case scenario, upheaval from the people themselves, because once the people remove them, well, there's no way that seat will be filled by the same blood again.
It did strike me quite... There was something that old Payne said that struck a nerve with me in that meeting room. She said something... what was it now? Something about doing it for the people, and absolute bullshit falling out of that woman's mouth. She's not doing it for the people, she's doing it for herself, clearly. That just, didn't sit well with me, like an iron stake to the heart. And so, clearly you hold no love for Pain, and I would assume the same extends to old Queenie.
No. I find their methods barbaric, to put it mildly. Now, I will be perfectly honest. I do find an iron fist to be exceedingly useful sometimes, but the way it is being used here is insanity, to put it mildly.
Iron fists can only bring people together when it's held open, not slammed down on a table.
Yes, indeed. I realize what a daunting task I have before me. The public adores them, cherishes them, which is why I need very, very good information and concrete evidence to turn the tide, if you will.
How often do you get to use that one? Just for my own curiosity.
I just thought of it.
Well done.
Yes, indeed. Humors aside, I hope that is sufficient an answer for you.
Jasper, during this aspect of the conversation, they've just kind of been looking around and avoiding eye contact now. And they straighten up their posture a little bit and turn their head and just lock eyes. If you betray me, there will be hell to pay.
I do not doubt that for a moment. You are a person who has clearly put blood on their hands more than once, begrudgingly or through necessity. Well, dear Doctor,
I do have... Now, I'm just trying to think of a logistical way that I can provide you with this concrete evidence. I have it in theory, but it would be, I suppose, up to you to obtain the physical aspect of it, the concrete itself.
yes.
I do know who the Queen's real daughter is. I have known for quite some time.
Really?
A closely kept secret that I was not aware was such a closely kept secret, and in my folly almost let it slip.
I wish you'd done that around me.
I hope you understand when I say I hope I hadn't.
Reasonable. You had not discovered how pleasant I was yet.
Jasper internally, pleasant!
You get the feeling based on their expression, which has not changed. That was a quotation marks joke.
That little method you had mentioned earlier about using Charity's blood to try and figure out exactly what her relation was to old Queenie.
Yes.
We could use that again, quite easily, probably within the next few hours, depending on how quickly you get it. And that would be the solid, unequivocal proof that the daughter of the Queen steps real close, uncomfortably close, is Miss Charlotte Payne.
They freeze for a moment. Really? Oh, I feel so foolish. Oh, it's so obvious.
Hidden in plain sight's always the best way to hide things.
Embarrassing, to say the least. Oh. Wonderful.
And here's a little unconcrete addition to that, I might add. This is more of a theory I'm working on in my own little noggin here. You know those statues out there? Out lying in the hallway? All those 5 pretty ladies?
Yes, the Daughters of War.
I believe there might at some point, or may should have been a 6th. Because I do notice that none of those ladies, I don't believe they have blue eyes.
Are you inferring what I believe you are inferring?
I believe I am.
None of them have blue eyes. They think for a moment. Each is coated with a color, of course. Perseverance is gold. And honor is... well, glory is red. But,
Dear Judge, you cannot have war without pain.
But, dear Doctor, I think you are mistaken. One of them is associated with the color blue, if that is so very significant.
I must have missed that.
You do recall, thinking about it, while it wasn't on the eyes, it was on the attire and on the marble itself etched in. And they create an illusion of that statue. Conquest.
Well, there she is. Not so much in the flesh, but in concept, yes. I was wrong about that, but you see where I'm coming from, yes?
That is a bold accusation. Are you implying that a daughter of war is involved with our politics?
Yes. Flatly, yes.
Doctor, that is a very bold claim. And you suspect pain to fit this descriptor.
Do you know anything? You've been sneaking around for all these years. Do you know anything of the queens, or even the king? I don't know. God, I wish I knew more about him. But do you know anything of their familiar lineage? Anything of their genealogy? Because I do think they fit the bill of being somewhat holy in nature, despite their everything.
They think about that for a moment.
The king is human, to be sure. But the queen I've had suspicions of not being entirely human. I had suspected at one point of possibly being descended from half-elves. There are times where someone can be a half-elf and have the extended lifespan, but the ears don't show as much. It gets worn out over the years.
I'm aware.
But in ASMR would also fit that descriptor quite well. ASMR do age very slowly, and in the very few times I engaged with Judge Garen Evelyn, despite the fact of being nearly 90 years old, he looks to be in his early 40s. A noticeable difference, and likely an appearance he would maintain for years to come. But that does raise a very ponderous and frightening question, dear Doctor.
Why ain't neither of them molted?
Precisely.
Well, I think the personalities answer that question.
Yes.
Their eyes widen for a moment.
An ASMR will only molt if they feel guilt, that the actions they have taken are injustice, or align with the unjust, that they are cruel or a sinner. But if you were to believe that your purpose was true, an unfaulting ego, you would never molt.
Correct.
Oh, this is very concerning. We need to tread very carefully.
Indeed we do. There is another aspect to all of this. There's so many little secrets I could provide you. We could be here all day, but we certainly do not have that much time because we have a party to get to eventually.
Yes.
The queen appears to be, given her little girl, she's planning on giving her a little present of sorts, and she has referred to it as a weapon, which could be anything, knowing her, but...
They think for a moment.
To my understanding, there is a blacksmith that is present in this castle, though again, I am not allowed on the 3rd floor. To the point, this might assist you with trusting me a bit more, weirdly, they have prevented any teleportation in that part of the castle. Despite my capabilities, I am not allowed up there.
Do you know what else kind of doohickeys they got going on up there?
It's also a research department.
I meant in terms of security.
Likely many arcane enchantments, not placed by me, by a previous judge. Though they need to ensure the capability of keepers to wander those halls safely, you need to have some foot traffic in case something were to go awry. Though there is one person I know for certain who has access, and it would make a lot more sense Judge Payne. Judge Payne, her room is actually on the 3rd floor and most unnervingly connected to the Queen's room.
And you, how on earth did you not figure this out? I shouldn't shame you for this, but maybe I should. No.
I should make this clear. The new change of Payne's room being here was more recent. Payne used to live at the Keep, you see, but seeing as things had escalated there, she moved back to the castle.
I see.
Really, Payne's room has only been set up for about a month, maybe less even.
Are you aware of any goings-on down in the basement?
Besides brutal interrogations... Wait, what do you mean basements?
Seems to be a bit bigger than you'd expect, from what I can tell. I've had my ear to the ground, and rumblings tell me that there is something down there. Something that ain't just miserable old fools in cages. And a dog barking upstairs. Fuck off.
I see. Most curious. If there is a new attachment to the castle, I'm not aware of it. I've looked over the blueprints of this facility time and time again.
I would say if I were to make a long shot once again, I would say this is old. Oh.
What is it?
Jasper thinks. Might that be? What are the chances that that is some form of Ebon Ward tunnel?
Maybe.
I have heard whisperings in the past, and of the past of the king having his own special little entourage of helpers, and that seems like the certain kind of thing, if he had any sort of facilities made for them, that seems like the kind of thing that Queenie would want to cover up with some brick and mortar, so that more or less checks out. But I'd still like to see it, perhaps.
It would appear we have a lot of work to do.
We certainly do.
I am able to aid you in numerous ways. If you would like, I can grant you invisibility. I have a few other means of assisting, should you desire.
I will certainly take you up on that first thing, and in the second aspect of it, I think mostly what I would need is just distractions.
Distractions?
Yes. Now, so much thinking to do. Oh boy. Now, I do appreciate you mentioning that you're not the type to act on this immediately, but it does occur to me that the most apt way to get every single person present on the same page at once would be to just let the beans spill in front of everybody.
As much as I would agree with that method, I am concerned. Unless we have concrete evidence, physical, undeniable, and most importantly, it needs to come from someone that the people trust implicitly.
I suppose I am the doctor, so I'm probably the more likely one to be able to get blood out of any of them.
Indeed. But I am also concerned, Doctor. If we were to reveal this to the public, especially surrounded in the castle itself, there is a very real possibility it could backfire immensely.
Oh, absolutely.
I should make this abundantly clear. While I do not trust the Queen, she is quite good at manipulating people. I've been watching her for some time now. And
all she's got to do is bat her eyelashes and wave her little hand, and everything revolves around her.
Indeed, not to mention, with Princess Charity in the mix as well, she is indeed a bit of a ditz, as it were. The people do love her for her naivete and beliefs, as it were. Her.
But would they believe her?
No, she's an idiot.
Exactly.
But most concerningly, dear Doctor, the public rallies around Pain. They respect her authority, perhaps even above the Queen. Do you understand my concern with going public immediately with this, unless we have incredible evidence?
They would just take it as a blessing at this current junction.
My greatest concern, would they twist it against us? Transform what we consider to be a grave lie to the people, a heroic act of duty.
Say nothing for nepotism.
Indeed.
Well then, seems like we'll have to figure out, find some dirty laundry related to them that does not have to do with them being related, but more so what has to do with some way they've wronged the people, aside from all the people they've slaughtered meaninglessly.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So is the king dead or what? Is that like...
The king is not
Are you
dead.
assuming? No?
The king is not dead to my understanding. Again, the king's details have been kept from me, despite my best intentions. I even questioned Garen Everlyn at a point, and shockingly, he knew very little as well. If anyone were to know directly of the royal family, I presumed he would. He was their savior, after all. But this much I do know. The king is alive, and the king is in this castle, and if I were to guess, he is still on the 3rd floor.
Jasper's gonna look up. Does my 30 feet get me there?
Not here specifically. You see people moving around, and Cassiel actually points.
If I had to guess, that little eye of yours is very helpful for something of the sort. I would try the more southern part of the castle.
That does help.
As I recall, the king is indeed sick. Dreadfully so. And I have offered my capabilities more than once, and I have been denied time and time again. And as you heard, I proposed you, and you were denied immediately.
I do appreciate that notion, though it was in the wind.
They shrug.
I thought I'd try.
Worth a try, I suppose.
All right.
They wiggle their fingers.
I'll cast this on you. Are you ready?
Oh, let me think. Do I have everything all squared away before I go and possibly crawl into another lion's den? If you see Luthien, tell him I'll be... doing what doctors do best.
Saving people. Well then, you'd best hop to it.
They lightly grip your shoulder, and you now have greater invisibility.
Yo, how long does this last?
So, greater invisibility lasts for... well, actually for them it's better because they specialize in illusion and conjuration. So it lasts for a number of minutes equal to their level, which is 13. So you have 13 minutes of, like, incredible invisibility.
All right. I'm trying to think of the fastest way to get there. When Jasper did Lay of the Land, were they able to tell if the southern part that tide motion towards had windows?
Yes, there would be windows on that side of the castle.
Okay.
You actually know that there is, here I can actually ping it. There is a balcony.
Yep. Okay.
And it would be a little risky. And I should warn, if you had to guess, the windows are probably set up with some manner of security because it would be insane not to.
All right. Okay. So Jasper is invisibly going to slink their way on down in that direction then.
Okay. You do notice that Tide, actually, Tide before they leave.
Where do you want to go? As long as it's not on the 3rd floor, I can get you there.
Ooh, put me on that lovely old balcony out there.
Done.
And I will, don't worry, Aram, I will ping. And you notice, looking back, on your one eye, Tide's not there. But with the heat signature, Tide is clearly present.
I thought it would be wise if neither of us was spotted. Do be careful with your next action. I'll find Luthien. I'll warn him of our discoveries. And I'll wait on your mark. I'd hate to ruin your plans by being bold.
Oh, well, you'll find I can be quite bold, and you'll probably not like me at the end of all of this because of it.
Well, all the more reason I'll be the mature one and be patient. See you soon, Doctor.
And they warp away. You have no idea where they went.
Jasper internally always, so cool! Oh! Alrighty. What am I looking at for this castle wall? What's going on here, boys?
Okay, so the castle wall, first and foremost, you see that there are griffins flying around, and they do stay at kind of the 3rd floor level. The other thing that you notice is that there's really not a lot to grip here. It's kind of sheer at this point. You might be able to find a couple of footholds, but like this is going to be a tough climb check. And looking up, you do spot that the windows are barred. Unlike everywhere else, these are actually barred.
Am I able? Oh boy, this is a gamble. Am I able to do detect magic on the windows?
You are able to do detect magic on the windows. And you notice that there is some abjuration magic on the windows.
And which one is that? What is abjuration?
Abjuration is defensive or protective. You know that these are associated with like resist energy, shield, alarm is another one.
Shit. Okay.
And then I'm seeing it in chat a lot. Tide is they, them. Nothing else, just they, them.
Okay, abjuration. That means I can't sneak in there at any way. Unless... Where is it? Let me go find it. Oh, that's probably a high-level alarm spell, though, isn't it? Would those work? No, that's divination. That's divination. That wouldn't count either. Fuck. Because I do have non-detection, but that doesn't exactly work here. I'm thinking. Give me just a second. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of some way to get... I mean, honestly, I should have probably stayed more indoors to get up onto that level. Because if the only way in from outside is through the windows, then that's, like, useless, right? Let me think.
Possibly. There are also stairs. You do recall that are, if you walk through the church, that lead up to the second floor. You're not sure how well the security is there.
Fuck it, yeah, let's go through there, because then Jasper can get a peek at that other sword. Or spear, or whatever it was.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, feel free to scoot on in.
Scoop in.
They're
gonna be going wild with that eye.
Yeah, you do notice that this person is kind of getting some prayers ready and things of the sort. The door opens, like, hello? But you're your invisibility is fucking bonkers right now. So it's like
they would have been very quiet when opening that door too, and just like very tiny.
It's more them just be like, oh, that's kind of spooky, and like they just walk right past you and just check on the door, and they actually poke their head out. Hello? Okay. And then you can scoot on through there.
Jasper's gonna try and get a closer look at this.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Jasper is going to try and glean a couple things from this. First of all, does this actually look real, or does it actually look like what Sharp had said and it's a replica?
Give me a perception check. Okay. Examining this closer, if it were a replica, because I should make this clear, this is real, like, coals and heat. Even like a fairly expensive replica would show wear on these tools by now. And you look at it real close and you examine the shield and it clicks with you. That's the exact same shape as the one for Mercy.
Yeah.
And you look at the spear and do you use detect magic at all?
Yeah, sure.
It is potent with magic.
Ooh.
And so is the shield. Now, you are also aware that there is very clearly another powerful abjuration spell, an alarm. So maybe don't touch, but you probably wouldn't want
Jasper
to.
Jasper did not plan to touch this because Jasper's like, I'm not going the way of Dia. No fucking sir.
Yeah. And probably the most apparent thing that they aren't replicas is with magic, they aren't being warped by the heat at all. And from the looks of this, they've probably been sitting here for years with this constant heat and nothing has changed them.
Yep.
And the spear does look very similar. That's the weird thing. It looks similar to Conquest.
But not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
Well, do something about that on the way down, maybe? If that's not the weapon she was talking about. God knows. Jasper's gonna take a listen up this way.
Okay, give me a perception check. Okay, so with good old natural 20 listening on.
Go, half elf ears, go.
Yeah, you do hear a couple of people talking. It sounds like they're probably guards of some capacity. And I would say even, let's see here, what else can I give you with a 20? They're talking about the event and whatnot, and I will say you do hear one of them go, hey, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Yeah, don't worry. So you know for sure that one guard is not there.
Okay.
And I would say you can also hear that there is a little bit of conversation. I'll say, yeah, with that, I'll say even this guard probably didn't pick it up because of your half-elven ears and your perception. You do over here. Yeah, we're going to be trying another test on him later today. We're hoping this batch works better than the last one. It just nothing seems to be taking.
Scurry. Quietly.
All right. Okay, so you go up the stairs.
Yeah.
All right.
And I should say at this point, Jasper is like pinging off detect magic, like, whoa.
So I will say, you get to this top step and you see that there is like a wall of energy. It is once again more abjuration. This one looks like it might be a little more than just an alarm.
Damn it, Jasper has no way around this shit. Fuck.
I will say, you look at, with your natural 20 perception, you look up and down this, and you do spot that they couldn't get the magic to fully seal in this pathway because of all the bricks. There's cracks in between them.
Yeah.
A noodle could fit through.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
It'd have to be a small one, but
I'm debating whether I want to be a noodle or whether I want to be a bean, because you wouldn't really see like a fly as opposed to a snake.
can you get that small?
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, let's be the tiniest noodle I can be.
Okay.
Let's become the tiniest noodle. Let's have a look.
And then
Where did I put my tiny noodles? Bip, 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 bip. Give me just a second.
you're good.
Where's my tiny noodles? Where's the smallest one? I think it's a viper.
Well, remember, like you can choose the size of it just because.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how small I can get. Yeah, vipers are tiny animals.
Yeah.
Okay, I will become tiny.
Okay. So you shift your form
Into a dog.
into a dog. Here, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, would the invisibility stick as a noodle?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Remember, it's greater invisibility.
Yeah, okay.
This shit lasts.
Okay. All right, they are going to try and very quietly slither through this little crack that they can find.
Yeah. So I will need an escape artist check.
Oh.
And you do definitely get some bonuses because you are smaller. So I'm just, for sake of ease, I'm just lowering the DC
Okay.
because it's easier to work off of.
Do I have anything for that? I'm just trying to think. I can't cast spells while I'm invisible, can I?
Greater invisibility lets you do anything.
Okay. Anything. Wonderful.
The
have-
only time that invisibility will drop right now is if you actively choose it to drop.
Yes. Okay. I'm just double checking if I have any like expedited escape or anything like that. Okay, I don't technically have escape artist in trained, but I do have points in it. So
Okay, then I would say that a snake just inherently gives you bonuses and things like that.
oh,
so.
let me see. Does that? Let me see.
Well, I don't know if it'll actually transfer the skill thing
Okay,
because like
okay.
that's all the B sheet. There's literally just yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So I will say, you start scooting your boot, and like there is a moment where you have to full on just stop because like you yourself as you're inching get stuck in the rocks like your little tongue just like goes out nervously. Give me another one. That wasn't enough to, because like I said, I have lowered the DC. It wasn't enough to totally fuck you, but it has put you in a bad spot.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can do. Oh god, it's so stressful. No, I think I just gotta do it again.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, a bit better.
okay. So it takes you a little bit of getting, but you're like, and then the moment you get through, you're like, you like squiggle as fast as you can away.
Oh, okay. All right, and I can see these two signatures here. Oh boy.
Yep.
Ah.
I will say there is also another signature that you can detect.
No, are they killing him?
You look in. There's like before. There's that like small disease because he's like catching a cold maybe. But he's just like sitting on the bed, just like kind of staring at the floor. Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, nothing I can do about that right now, bud. Sorry.
Jasper.
Yes.
The moment you step there, you realize there was someone with an immense amount of disease and low body temperature here.
Let's go. They're going to avoid the center of halls.
I think that's wise.
Am Am I seeing anything else around here? Any other pings?
There are no other body temperatures that you can see.
This guy here.
There is that guy there. And you do notice that there are 2 more here.
Okay. Is there a space under this door?
Looking at this one, it is like most of this castle has had like just nice wooden doors. This is a like couple inches thick stone door.
Whoa.
That has been like very deliberately placed here.
Huh. And there's no space under it at all.
Not from what you can tell. It's really it's well shut.
Okay. Am I able to detect any sort of drafts or anything coming from here? Looking for any sort of air vent or other crack or...
This is
I
is
see.
Shut tight.
This is a fucking quarantine.
Maybe.
Huh, shit, okay. Damn. What do I have for that? Because I don't have stone swim or anything like that right now.
Nope. You did hear a door close earlier. It was probably this one.
This one in front of me?
Yeah. Because it was a nice big, like way heavier than any other door.
Okay. Now
It was
how
likely
can I
those
get-
people talking earlier that you caught.
How can I get them to come back out? Because I don't want to make a disturbance here, right?
Maybe not. What are you thinking?
You gotta give me a little bit of time here, because usually there's 5 or there's 4 or something people to think and talk at the same time.
Yeah. No. You're good.
What do I have?
I'm just gonna roll something. Okay. So you hear this door open very briefly. I'm just gonna get something to drink really quick. Do you want something? Yeah, if you could just get a wine or something, that would be stellar. And
I will peek a tiny head around the corner to see what I can see as this woman is coming out.
so what I will do, and I will warn you, this door is gonna be closing quickly. It is a heavy door. And you can see this drow man kind of walking away and like examining a clipboard, just kind of tapping his chin with a pen. This door will be closing very soon.
Let's go!
All right. So you scurry on in and door shuts.
She's gonna be coming back, so that'll be my escape.
And this fellow comes to over here and then goes inside.
What do I immediately gain from this room? What is I assume the air is really sterile. I'm noticing this here.
It smells clean. And you do know that like that drow that had walked away, he had like a pretty good mask on. And you're noticing, interestingly enough, these fires, they are glowing green. Give me a knowledge arcana or spellcraft to see if you can fully comprehend what they are meant for.
I don't have either of those. Oh wait, I have
Okay.
spellcraft, but I don't have any points in it for some reason. What would that go off of? That goes off of my int, right?
Yes.
Nothing. Okay, that's just a d20 then. Pretty good. That's as good as I'll get.
Pretty good. So looking at those, they appear to have the purpose of like actively sterilizing the air.
Gotcha.
So it looks like if anyone were to come into this hallway and have it on them, whatever this might be, it seems to have the ability to cleanse it.
Okay.
So,
Well, there's a certain aspect I'm hoping is still the case for Jasper, despite whatever this nonsense might be, but there is a reason that Jasper's not too worried about that. They will continue slithering.
okay.
What do I see over here?
So you see.
Ah. Oh
And-
god, it's more than one? What the fuck?
And you once again, that's the thing, you detect a heat signature here, but you just catch like
The cold, the tail end of it.
and like an immense amount of disease.
Damn. Damn. Am I getting anything from here, this room?
No. No. Oh, actually, you would pick up.
Detect magic.
Well, not even detect magic. Your eye. Your eye detects multiple, what seem to be in vial-shaped diseases. All different.
Oh.
Very small amounts. I should make that abundantly clear.
Yeah. Is there room under this door?
You see, once again, it's that big, chonky stone door.
Damn. How do these... I wonder how these open. There's
a handle.
There's just a regular handle? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the way that they open, it's pretty interesting. You don't see an arcane thing to it, but it's a weird architecture design choice where you kind of put your hand on this like print and then twist your hand, and then that's what like unlocks the mechanism and opens it. Like these seem to like vacuum seal rooms.
Gotcha. Shit. Am I getting any pings down in this corner?
Pings in which corner, sorry?
This one here.
You are detecting a lot of magic in there as well. A variety, conjuration, evocation, abjuration, a little bit of everything is in there, except for necromancy. You don't see necromancy getting involved. You once again detect in front of this individual a bit of disease and poisons and things of the sort, and you see that this individual is working very slowly and very carefully.
Damn, okay. So that's the chem lab. All right, I'm going to make my way down here, and I'm not going to step on these runes. I'm going to very, very intentionally avoid these runes.
For you in your snake form, that's very easy to slither past.
Okay, cool. Do I recognize these at all?
Looking at these runes, they appear to be a even more potent version of like what is it called? Greater Restoration. Like you walk over these and boom, you just get blasted with Greater Restoration and a few other healing spells.
And this fucking iron lung door. What's going on with that?
So you notice all these little runes here, and it looks like there's, interestingly, almost like a timer mechanism on it. If you had to guess, this is if something were to go wrong in there, they can lock it from this side and you can't get out. Just to avoid anything dangerous escaping if necessary.
Damn, okay. And does this one look like it's got a lock on it?
No, same mechanism as all the others.
I do not want to get locked in there. That is the last thing I want.
You could always try to put something in front of the door and prevent it from shutting.
You're right, I can. Let's see what I have. I have a broom. I would have to drop my snake for now, so I... Okay, I will drop my snake for now. Multi-sided, two-side, give me my freak. Okay, and... oh my god. I gotta see what he looks like. I gotta see what the fuck's wrong with him. I gotta know. Okay. I'm going to... because I've registered these are just Greater Restoration. They shouldn't fuck me up in any way. I'm gonna step over. Is there any way for me to glean from this timer how long it takes?
So I should clarify by the timer. To open it, it's like about 10 seconds. So but more or less 2 rounds for it to like register that someone wants to open it. For it to lock, it looks instant. Like the moment this thing closes, it will lock.
All right.
And from what you've seen, there's no window in there.
No window, nothing.
Once you're in, you're in.
Damn, okay. Can I leave the door open? Or is it just an automatic close? Is it like a...
It looks like that it's heavy enough that it will likely close.
I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to put my body in between it.
Okay.
So
and I should clarify, like, this won't like instantly shut like door with wind. Like this will like slowly...
No, Jasper wants to look in enough that they can see what's in there and get an eye of whatever the fuck's wrong with him, but they don't want to be trapped in there.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me do that. You open the door and let me... You see a man lying in bed, well kept. Like clearly sheets are changed frequently. There seem to be some runes that seem to monitor his heart rate and things like that. Honestly, pretty advanced arcane to just kind of keep up to date this individual's standing. Though I will say, even from this distance, you notice there are some physical abnormalities. First, you notice that there's bloating around the neck and head, but it doesn't seem like anywhere else. Like, almost like a frog inflating. Other notable detail. There's a small amount of orange goo. It seems to be like leaking from the eyes and nostril. I will clarify, this is not the same as red rot.
Okay.
You know it is not red rot. Give me a medicine check with a +10.
Okay. Medicine. Where's my medicine, please? That's heal, isn't it? That's what you meant? Heal?
Heal. I'm so sorry.
I was here like,
it's heal. It's heal.
Okay, +10 is included here.
Okay. That's sick lands. Whenever someone gets diseased by the sick lands in a terrible, terrible way, Barrett got lucky. You know that for a fact, that Barrett got real lucky. But if you go real deep in there, that's when the body starts to mutate, shut down, and distorts as it goes. And it clicks with you. That is the same disease signature as the Queen. Now it's curious. Someone that's had this disease for an extended period of time should be way more mutated. Which implies...
I knew it!
Which implies that either it was a small amount or they are caring for him expertly.
Damn, okay. So, it takes about 10 seconds for this door to close, you said?
Or you can just close it directly yourself.
So if I come in here, and I want to do something, and then run out, will I get trapped?
Not if you're fast enough.
Jasper needs some of that blood.
Ha! All right. All right. All right,
now, ladies. All right. Jasper knows this. Jasper is deeply familiar with this, but Jasper knows, unless they've been lied to from the very fucking moment they were born about everything about their life and who they are, this should not hurt them. And if it does, people got some splaining to do. So Jasper's going to run in as fast as they can.
Okay.
And they are going to, in the easiest open skin, just get a little sample of blood from this man.
Okay. Do you have a vial or anything?
There is a 100% chance that with this doctor disguise, Jasper has an entire medical kit.
I think that's reasonable. You're an efficient spy. You know how to do this shit.
Jasper already carried vials anyway.
So, I'll say you quickly run in, kind of like where you can get the most bloat, and get as much blood as you can, but you know you do not have much time. Luckily, you're able to get a decent amount, but you do see that it has a lot of the orange goo in it. I should warn you, you are basically walking around with a biological weapon at this point in time. It's not the exact same as red rot. Red rot is like a whole nother level. This is still not great.
Yep, okay. As absolutely carefully as possible, then, Jasper will leave. Give this man a very solemn, awful look and leave as fast as they can.
Okay.
They will put that vial away in the safest, secretest, most secure part of their body.
Okay.
And they are going. They are going to stand here and wait for that woman to come back and then sneak out as she comes back.
The timing is excellent as she does once again open this door. And her hands are full with beverages. So she can't just close it shut.
Good for her. Slip, sneak.
And you're able to slink right on through.
Jasper, realizing the immense weight of the object on their person, is going to find somewhere with nobody there to go that they can find a way out of here, because they know they should not go back through the same place.
Okay. Yeah. So you can start scurrying. You do know that there is the big set of stairs that lead directly down to the second floor. You do know that there are multiple guards who physically block those stairs, though, once you get down. And I will say, you're probably starting to get a little low on time.
Yeah, okay. I don't have time to get to that fucking blacksmith right now. I know I don't.
Probably not, unfortunately.
Probably not. Okay, so Jasper will once again, as they scurry down these stairs, they're still invisible and they're just quickly going to snake as they go down these stairs. So they can just slip past the boots of these guys.
All right. One moment. Oopsies. Boop, 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 boop. Just a moment. Terribly sorry. Just getting things adjusted. I'll ping one more time.
Mm-hmm. Jasper looks across at this statue of the her and thinks, what the fuck?
Yeah. Where would Jasper like to go now?
Jasper does not want that vial on their person.
Okay.
Jasper will... what's the easiest way to get down to Tide's office and to get in there without fucking anything up?
Probably the fastest route is, there is the staircase that will spiral downstairs, and then you can scoot through the northern doors.
Just run in through. That's what they're going to do then. They're just going to run on in through there.
Okay.
Taking every last second of invisibility as they can, just like, go, go, go.
Time is a-ticking for our little friend. And you notice as you're walking on through that there are dozens of people now in
There's
this main
people
lobby.
now.
I haven't been able to move them over just yet because we've been doing other things. But assume that there are many folks about.
Ducking and diving and weaving through feet. They know they're invisible, but they don't want to get stepped on.
Yeah.
They're going to make their way there as quickly as possible.
You see a familiar heat signature, just casually reading a book. Maybe not even a book. It looks like, yeah, they're flipping through files, very frantically going through various papers and things of the sort.
Okay. Gonna assume this door will open, or at least is sneak underable.
Yeah, seems like it.
Multi-sided, two-sided, thwomp.
You enter Cassiel Tide's room. Cassiel Tide has no reaction.
So, based on your reaction, little serpent, I would wager you found something interesting.
Interesting isn't the word for it.
So interesting you would reveal your true accent.
If I'm in it now, so are you.
They extend their hand.
What did you find, partner?
Probably the most dangerous thing I've laid hands on. And they will very, very carefully lend out the vial.
Cassiel Tide notices your concern, and you see them snap their fingers, and they get gloves to magically appear on their hands. They're very thick, and you once again see a mask appear on their face. They are not going to risk anything based on your expression, and they very delicately take it from you.
What is this? It's clearly blood of a sort, but there's something in there.
That is the king's blood. Tainted. Oh, God. Tainted with the illness of where I'm from.
They slowly spin to look at you.
Where you are from?
If you dare to uncork that, you better be careful. Turning, kind of trying to right themselves, looking at this mirror, finally looking over at it. I don't know how. I don't know when. Somewhere along the lines, that old fool, and maybe even his wife, wandered down into the Sicklands. And they got something vile, because that man hardly looks like a man anymore.
Cassiel Tide spins and looks at you.
The Sicklands.
You see that Jasper's face is kind of not right. Not the expression, but the things, the features. It's kind of going. It's not really staying the same.
Cassiel Tide observes that and very gently sets the bottle down on the counter, and then lightly grips your shoulders and very slowly moves you to the bed and sits you down, and then kind of lowers themselves.
Breathe. Dear doctor, please breathe. You are safe now.
And they flick their hands, and you see the barrier was already there that they've always had, but another one is put up.
Even for your own comfort, I've doubled up even though it is unnecessary. Please, breathe with me. There you are. You are fine. You are safe. You have gone above and beyond. And whatever I might be able to aid you with, I would be happy to assist.
There will be no conquest.
That's why we work from the shadows, dear doctor. To prevent fools from charging in.
They stand up.
Why don't you take it easy for a while? Catch your breath. If you are not present at the party, I don't find that to be too much of a problem. Because if by chance you needed more time to yourself and figuring out what to do,
There is a moment their image shifts. I would be more than happy to look over Luthien Haldir for you. If you'd allow me, of course.
Oh, Jasper. Oh, shit. Jasper makes like a face. It's so messed up. It's like when Ty tried to calm them down, the features, they settled a bit. They started to calm down, and then seeing that, it just kind of woo, once again, like an iron stake through the heart.
Tide picks that up immediately.
I am very sorry, Doctor. I merely meant to provide you options. I did not... I'm very sorry.
Nope. We gotta do what must be done.
Only if you want to. I do not want to push you too far.
I'll let you know when I need another one of me.
They take a deep bow.
I'm at your service.
They smile.
It is nice to know you are not a part of the Keepers. God have mercy on us if you were.
I'd rather die.
They spin around.
And that's why I like you, and why I will do everything in my power to keep you alive. Don't be a hero, dear Doctor, but do continue to be a marvelous spy.
And Jasper just sits there.
And I think that's where we're going to call it today, and we'll find out what happens next time on Ebon Ward.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, we in the shit.
We in it now, boys.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, you got a lot done today.
Good. I was worried I wouldn't. I'm so glad.
Nope. I think we are easily going to finish this in 3 sessions, which was my hope. Honestly, I think third session's going to be short, which is fine. It doesn't need to be long.
Oh.
So.
Oh, for some reason,
beans.
For
Well
some
done.
reason, I honestly
good session.
expected that it would be like, all right, now that we've got these sessions of setup, we've got a session for the party, and then 3 sessions where we go down and do the dungeon that's down in the dungeon, and then, I was thinking of like if it were a normal adventure, that's what I would expect.
If it were a normal adventure, because you got to divide that up into all the players, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to avoid that, and luckily, Civ, you're doing a marvelous job just diving for those, for a better term, diving for those grenades. And because of that...
That's the problem. Jasper is brave. It's so not okay. Jasper's so brave. They have the Triforce of Courage.
Well, and they get a lot of work done.
Good job, Will.
Hey,
You
good
see,
job, Civ.
I don't understand. People seem not to trust me, even though of all the keepers, I'm by far the most based.
I identify as based, thank you.
Tide's a good one.
I love this freak so much. These are my people.
Yeah, no, it's like I had mentioned before. I'm like, oh man, I wish I hadn't made Tide a keeper, because once this is done, we're not gonna see Tide for a while. It sucks.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That just makes them a little treat.
They live in our heart. They live in our heart.
You say a treat. I believe I prefer the term
Snack.
Little snack.
snackaroony.
I thought I was was the snake.
Yes, you are. And because of your marvelous accomplishments, dear Doctor, might I interest you in a lunched bowl?
holds up the blood with like the weird orange goo in it. I'm going to present this to the Queen, pour it into her goblet and say that it's Tang. You know the bitch will drink it.
I love Tang.
Oh, this is the one with the little orangutan on it. Ooh, lovely.
Monkey.
This will go great with our new space program.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Alright!
Can we get that? Hang on, can we get one more disposition of that? Monkey.
Monkey. Here, let me toss in the chat the Imgur.
Oh yeah.
That was created by Signed Centaur. Thank you very much for making that. That helps us a lot. You know what? I should probably get some different music rolling, huh?
Oh, yeah. Get us something non-stressful.
Non-stressful. All right. Let's do something. Let's do that.
Yeah!
This is my theme.
Yeah, sure it is, bud.
Let me make sure I've got this working. Okay. All right. Fan art time. Thank you to everyone who submitted fan art today. Who is responsible? Who gave us the imager?
Signed Centaur.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you just said that.
That's
Haha.
okay.
All right.
I was testing you.
I knew, but I wanted to know if you knew.
I told you. From Lemieux.
From Lemieux,
Look
we've
at
got
them.
first Luthien, and then
Aw.
also Tide.
They're so fancy. Oh,
Lovely.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Oh,
Next, from usernames aren't even real.
Cassio Tide.
Cassio's Tide.
Stoic
25% tougher on grease.
Whenever I go to bed, I call it my Tide Pod.
oh, thank you very much.
Then from And Yet No Bananas.
Monkey. Lovely. Thank you so much. Oh,
And from Skift,
oh my god.
the anime breakdown face.
God, I love that. That's so
The
funny.
entire tiny body in perspective.
Here's a small thing I'll mention. It's not super obvious in their icon, but the Olivier disguise, actually the eye underneath the topaz monocle, that's actually a brown eye.
Oh.
Yeah. Jasper decided to go for half-elven heterochromia for this disguise.
Ooh. That is a trait in half-elves.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Next from Box of Bees.
Say, what's up?
What's up? I love this interpretation of Ikma.
Yeah,
It's very good.
Face is
God.
lovely. From And Yet No Bananas.
If you'll excuse me, Your Majesty. Oh man, I want to do that! It works!
God. Outstanding. Thank you so much.
From Kuroyuki, the two newest judges.
I'm gonna scroll past this one.
Outstanding. God.
From
Judge.
Diatra.
Ruins parties, openly disrespects peers, bullies own mother, perpetuates war against minorities, attacks own subordinates, uses siege weapons against people, establishes dictatorship, conspiracy to commit murder, covers up regicide/kidnapping. I've done nothing wrong ever in my life. I know this and I love you.
I'm sorry, you forgot one point. Willing to kill puppies.
Yeah, no, she was totally on board to kill the dogs. Anyone that thinks like Pain is one of those, like, she's hot, I can fix her, you're
I
just
can fix
wrong.
her. She is going to ruin you, is what's going to happen.
She will kill you. Outstanding.
Next from Shakalos, this is their interpretation of Nisei.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, whatever, weather girl.
Little Paper Mario Huff and Puff clouds.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
And yet no bananas. The king's fucked up bed.
So
What a good pick!
let me get some music. I love the idea of you have this music walking in and seeing this image.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream.
That's so fucking funny.
You don't even notice that it's the king and that they're sick because you're too distracted. But what's up with the perspective on that bed? Why is it in the middle of the room diagonally?
Why is the Lego sticky outy?
That was a weird bed.
From Skip.
No binary.
That is horrifying.
Holy shit!
Marvelous work, Skip.
Looks like a fucking California raisin. Oh man. Next from Shakalos.
Shakalos, why did you make Tulis thick? The fans want what they want. Fair enough. Respectable. She is a mom.
From Sign Centaur.
Yeah, all the shit that went down in this session.
Oh my god.
When your king is made of goo.
Impudent little bitch.
Panicked crow. Peace out. The candle blight. Happy birthday.
Things not to talk about on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna refresh and just check if there are any late additions. Oh, there is
yes,
one. Oh. From Felonious Karma.
Outstanding.
Well done. Oh!
The king.
Everyone's out having a good time, and I'm just sitting here turning into a goo frog.
It was the king who tried to eat maize.
I should clarify, when I describe it like in a frog manner, they're not like actually turning into
Yeah, no,
frog.
it's just like the level
like
of bloat
swollen.
around the neck and shit.
Yeah,
right?
it is noticeable and like, ugh. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh boy. Well, thank you all so much for all the art and coming out and saying such nice things and watching and just being super swell. Aram, thank you so much for being our camera. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
And Civ, thank you so much for going through more stressful spy things.
Oh, I loved it. It's great. I loved
Good.
it.
Good. I was hoping this wouldn't be as stressful as the Keep, but still be like edge of your seat sort of stuff.
Hey, man. This time, not everybody I know and appreciate and love is in danger. Only me and my little twink, and that's like it.
I mean, Cassiel Tide could also be in.
Now, yes. That's a new problem, by the by.
Yeah.
By the by, no such thing, really.
But yeah. Thank you all for being here this time. Thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.